All right, I got a special update for BBRY. BBRY is now set up at a key pivot point and should be able to easily set up to test 12 to 1270. If you know, again, confirmation, I'm going to get into that in the short term based on today's proof of action. Okay, the June 16 10 calls could be used. I will be explaining some key important facts inside the video that will not be present in the boxes. That's right, people. So let's talk about the positive things, and I'm going to talk about a little bit of other key things. So BBRY needs to break above 1045 on some good action volume. And good action volume is 1.2 to 1.5 million on a 10-minute chart. If the volume is not there, I will explain the facts in the video. So basically, I think that I made a new volume requirement based on today's, because we had a good volume, we busted above, and we were able to hold above the $10 area, which was a key point. We never broke out on my original plan with the volume that I wanted, so now it looks like BBRY will make things a little bit more, we need to make an adjustment. And on the lowest point, I believe that this is the type of volume we should be getting as we break above 1045 to make it a very safe entry with these June 1610 calls. Let's see if BlackBerry can make 100 to 200%. I've been able to easily do that with Apple and many other stocks. Apple 200% in a few days. It's still holding from May the 3rd. When it confirmed on May the 5th, options are up 250% still. So it's about, I look for high quality, high odds setups to make good gains quickly in options. A lot of people, I tell you, we're going to get back to the BBR, have been underwater. Let me show you what I mean. I wanted to prove a point in education to some of the new, kind of baby longs that are out there that just don't know the history of BlackBerry. But a lot of people, like this particular company, is underwater. They call it a paper loss, but it's still underwater. CEO Prem Watsa, Fairfax owned 46.7 million shares of BlackBerry stock as of December 31st, 2016. That's been something that they held a lot of the stock basically, but they've been accumulating since 2011, and their average price is 18.25. As you can say here, you can pause the video if you want to read this. But the big thing is that even if BlackBerry was to if it would get to 15, that would reduce their losses considerably, but they would still be in a loss. And this is what I want to make sure that, but a lot of big time people, a lot of small investors are still underwater because they never listened to Power Trick Trade on confirmation when BBRY was at $13 and when it went from 13 on 2013 and they smashed it down to 6. No one wants to understand those things. They only want to look at, that BlackBerry magically popped from 6 to thing with again, they said unexpected windfall they received. Okay, which made a change, which made this shift for BlackBerry, in my opinion. But also technically. So quickly, like I said, on a positive note, people, I wanted to show that point there. I could go on and on and on. I've explained the history of the stock. But the guessers who want to say that they were able to call this, they're, believe me, they're guessers. They're new. One particular guy, the Good News Bull, is new. But a lot of people have lost money in BlackBerry. However, with my system installed, we look for high probability. There is a higher probability now because BBRY has good time frame alignment, and therefore, if we can at least now do this, which is not much to ask for. If I want to bother with these, I can get into many other companies. Okay, so for me, like I said, my Apple investment is already almost doubled in value from when I purchased it, where many BBRY longs are under the water. I've also made multiple dozens of Apple 200% winning plans, whereas BlackBerry there hasn't been anything good. This is the statistical facts. So what I look for is high probable setups. BlackBerry now has become a high probable setup. However, I still would want good we still want to see some action volume happening as we break 1045. And let's see if BlackBerry can make us some good 100 200% gains. Let's talk about the positive here. But the history is proven. A lot of people are underwater, like the Fairfax I showed you over there. You can review back the video of those losses, massive losses. All right, so here we are at the Yahoo Finance. BlackBerry closed at 1018. Here's the let's put up quickly the June 16 calls. So here we have the June 16 calls. They closed at about 62 cents. There's a lot of trading volume happening here. There's good open interest. These trade really good. You can see there's a nice tight spread. The one thing about Blackberry, what I like about it is they trade a lot of options, and there's tight spreads. So that's what makes it good when it's a good setup. But like I said, for many years, BlackBerry has not been a good setup. You couldn't make the money. It's worked out nicely now. Luckily, the volume came in. Some reasonable volume came in. No big deal. And there's a good setup now. It's clear. The question is, can they pop forward the stock, or are they going to leave it in a chop zone? We'll go back. So this is the options here, the $10 calls, or if someone wants to use the $9 calls. These are the best two to use, I would think, to make maximum bang on your buck if we got good confirmation. So again, we want to see some good volume. If not, look for basing above 1045. Look for power towards 1055. I prefer the volume to come in. It would become a very low risk, high reward trade for options. If someone wanted to go long this long term, they can start a position there on this type of confirmation. Because I think this is going to be a key pivotal point here from today's action, and at least this, in a minimum, these type of volumes, I believe. And then there's a possibility that this stock goes higher. I mean, for me, if BlackBerry wants to work out or wants to, give me the volume that I want, I have a system, and I look for high probable setups. This became a setup now, but BlackBerry has been chopping for multiple years. It's been below $10 for the past since 2015. Okay, this is a statistical fact, and like I said, a lot of large investors like that, like I showed you, are underwater. Alright people, if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, Power Target Trades, I suggest you subscribe. See the center of Power Target Trade? It's going to appear here at the end of the video in a circle format. Simply click on it. It's going to give you an easy way to subscribe. People, I make a lot of great plans, okay? Just recently, on May the 5th, Apple triggered the June 16 150 calls are still maintained above 250% gains in value. Actually 300% gains in value right now to this day. As you can see, Apple is in that 154, close to 155 area. These are the kind of things I look for, high probability setups that we look for confirmation, and we try to make 100-200% gains regularly. Okay. Until recently, BlackBerry has not been a very good investment, neither for long-term investors or for options. Until recently now, we have a good time frame alignment, and for multiple years, it's been horrible. Especially 2004, 15, and 16. Those 2 years, horrible. Okay, a lot of people lost money. Trust me on this. I know. I already know, and I showed you I showed you a huge investor how much underwater they are. Anyways, people, on a positive note, let's look for confirmation. I make a lot of great plans. If you want to learn and you wanna not be stuck in one-minded company, I can make money in any company that's set up. If BlackBerry is good, there's a lot of potential to make money in BlackBerry. If it's not going to act well, I'll get into other ones. It really doesn't matter. The point is, confirmation is key, and my advice could have saved that company, half a you've seen it, half a billion dollars in losses. $500 million in losses, right? They could be making $500 million, or making money at least now on confirmation, with lower risk. But it's a much better setup, BlackBerry, than it was back in 2014, 2015, and 2016. Just recently in 2017, because of the Qualcomm windfall that they got, it's changed the circumstances with all the stuff they've been doing, that there's a good probability that BlackBerry can do well. Let's see if the volume can come in on a minimum level, because I believe that the new candle, is the key. Anyways, people, the Standard Power Trade is going to appear in a circle format. Simply click on it. I give a lot of great advice. I think the big picture is, I've explained the big picture. There's a lot of probability. If BlackBerry is a $20 stock, could be a $20 stock, there's going to be a lot of potential to make money between now and $20 with options. Maybe, hopefully, we can make multiple 5 or 6, 7 option plans, creating 100-200% gains. It's very possible. At the same time, it may not materialize. It won't matter. There's a sea of universes of great companies that make a lot of money, that are doing very well. in the stock universe, and that's what I kind of look for. High probable setups. BlackBerry is kind of it's not even the best high probable setups based on my standards, but it's got something there. It's got a good history when it is set up to do well. It can do well, and hopefully it can do well again. Let's see. Let's see how we confirm. There you have, people. A great special update for BBRY. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.